If anything is here, you are not welcome. Is it going out? Oh, that's good. You're not welcome here.
In this one, I want to focus a bit on Sage and share Father Lampert's clip with you. But before we get to that, let me quickly share this other clip of a man, just to give you an idea of what people are really doing out there these days.
Okay, so I know everybody wants updating a story about what happened. So the bottom steward's neighbor passed away, and it's been pretty weird and paranormal lately. In the comments, I got a lot of people saying to get sage. I got 2 different kinds. I don't know which one to use. All the same. This one has like a twine around it or something. Hopefully the place will be cleansed. I need to use the sage to bless the house. But first I'm gonna use what y'all said and put the egg in the middle of the room. The egg in the middle, okay. It keeps going out. Okay, it's good. Okay. If anything is here, you are not welcome. Is it going out? Oh, it's good. You're not welcome here.
And now let me share with you Father Lampert's clip, a story he shared in one of his interviews last year. Listen to this.
I had a young man one time who told me that because my girlfriend was possessed and I did what I was supposed to do to get rid of it, the demon, but it didn't work. I said, well, what were you supposed to do? He said, well, I went down to the local New Age bookstore and I bought an exorcism kit. And he goes, I've been burning sage in the house because I am told that demons hate the smell of sage and that would make them flee. Kind of based on the book of Tobit and the demon Asmodeus, where they're burning, something and the smell is going to make the demon leave. And I said to him, now, are you listening to what you're saying? I go, your faith is in sage, where your faith needs to be in Christ. You think of the holy water, it points to our baptism into Christ, whereby we have put on Christ. You think of the crucifix. The moment the devil believes that he has won, Jesus is dying on the cross, the moment of his perceived victory is actually the moment of his defeat. Shows the demon, the crucifix, he's basically saying, you have been defeated before, you will be defeated again. Do not resist the power and the authority of Christ.
And the same guy from that earlier video, well, you can see the kind of things he does at home, and they think they're just having fun doing this kind of thing. This really reminds me of Father Winston's clip this time, the one I shared with you a couple of months ago.
That's one creepy doll.
Oh my god.
God. Hey, Scary Mary. Ashes too. The ashes.
You have cases, for example, of Catholics that are practicing occult and deep into the occult. And now the devil comes to them and really harasses them. And when they come to you, I always tell this to those that are assisting them. Sometimes there is no compassion in my heart. Because you're angry at these people by their life. I mean, the church is not wanting or lacking in teaching and reminding people of the dangers of certain actions, especially when it comes to the occult, but also in terms of life, their spiritual life, their moral life. And so the devil now comes here and they want to be healed immediately. And you do not have a victim. On my part initially, you don't have a victim here. You have a willing person, really willing person, thinking that the devil does not exist and therefore they continue with their life. So now that the devil is there, they want to be healed. And so when you say, do you get angry? Yes, because you find stubbornness of heart. Find stubbornness of heart, and they want to be healed immediately. They're angry at the church or the priest. For them, it's an emergency. They want immediately to be prayed over, healed, without doing anything. That is the attitude or disposition of going to the shamans, and here in the Philippines, the albularios, the witch doctors, because you just go there and they do the ritual and that's it. But the church does not do that. You need a conversion of heart. You need to see a conversion of heart. That is why it takes time to be healed. But they want to be immediately prayed. And when you ask me, do I get angry? Yes, I do get angry. But where does my conversion start? When you see the person. When you see now the person really being attacked by the devil, then you have compassion. Because you cannot do the ministry without the heart of the good shepherd. It is Jesus who is the good shepherd, and I'm the minister. And the person now in front of me was able to reach this point of being able to see the exorcist and have a schedule for the pray over because God wanted it. It's not to have a schedule, at least in the Archdiocese of Manila, for a pray over. It's not instant. It's not a queue line. You get a queue and next. No, you have a process. And therefore, if the person comes to you, then it means that the person has already undergone all the requirements. And this is now the moment. So at that moment that the person sees you, you are really the minister of the church and the representative of Jesus Christ, the Good Shepherd. And so you must have the heart for the person. So our realization, really, part of my realization in this ministry is that it's not simply the books, the prayers, the sacramentals. The Lord also converts the priest, also converts the people around, so that every member of the team will have compassion on the person and the priest. So that initially you are angry, stubborn. These people are stubborn. Sometimes you have the thought, they deserve it. They deserve to be possessed. They deserve to be suffering because they're stubborn. The church already told them not to, and yet they continue. Now they want. Now that they're being oppressed, it's the effect, right? It's just like saying, "Do not smoke, you'll get sick. Do not drink," but then you continue to drink, then you get sick. It's like it's the same thing, right? So eventually, the conversion that happens is that you become compassionate towards the person. So in that sense, the Lord converted me. The Lord converted the priest or the exorcist. When you sit in the confessional, depending on the status of the priest sitting, you will have moments that you are tired, but you have a ministry, and you sit in the confessional, and then you hear sins, and then you see that the sins could have been prevented had the person just been more vigilant or more serious in their Christian life. And there is the possibility that you have ministers that get angry. I did in the sense that when I was still a young boy, the priest in the confessional would scream at us or get angry with us. So I had that experience, and therefore that turns off people. But then you have to also understand now that you are behind the confessional and you're the one hearing sins. You get to have these sins could have been avoided had just a little more vigilance on the part, or seriousness, or diligence, and therefore it's possible that you get angry, right? But if one is really always aware to be non-judgmental and say that I am here not as Winston, but I am here as the priest of Jesus Christ, of the church, then therefore I must cleanse myself and prepare myself for all kinds of sins, monstrosity even, if you would like to use the word. Then it's a different experience for the confessor, and it will be a different experience for the penitent as well.
By the way, the other day I shared Father Iannuzzi's clip with you on Victim Soul, and some of you still don't quite understand what was said in that video. Therefore, allow me to share with you this one instead, still on the same subject. Listen to this.
No, I've seen the rites be rescinded, and yet the demons don't leave. I demand of them, why are you not leaving? And they will say, because the one whom you serve won't allow me. These cases are exceptionally rare. These are what cases that we would call a victim soul. There are some extremely, extremely infrequent cases where God desires a particular suffering out of someone in order to accomplish a great good. Annalise Michel was one of these. Saint Mary of Jesus Crucified, who was a Carmelite nun who lived in Bethlehem. is called the holy demoniac. She was possessed for a time, and the demon never wanted to be in her, and there was never an entry point in her. But what was going on there were the demons were being contained within her. So there's kind of a two-part accomplishment of the divine will there. On the one hand, the activity of the demons is curtailed, is limited, because they're forced into this relationship that they really don't want to be in with St. Mary of Jesus crucified. And secondly, that she herself is becoming a victim soul, is suffering for the salvation of the world. Now, in the Protestant understanding of Christianity, Protestants typically don't have an appreciation for a theology of suffering like Catholics would. That theology plays a big part in the Catholic understanding of God and of our vocation here on earth, that God does call us to suffer well. We don't seek suffering. We're not masochists. But when suffering finds us, it is an invitation by God to be with him on the cross. And so the demons suffer through the work of a victim soul who willingly undertakes suffering for the sake of another.
Anyway, please share with me what you think in the comments below. Although it's not really possible for me to reply to every single comment that people write, but I get a lot of ideas on what to cover next in the videos from your comments. And thank you so much to all of you for your continuous support, contributions, and prayers. May God bless all of you, and I hope you've learned a lot from this one.